Well, here we are, we're back in the greenhouse. The other week, they've seeded a whole bunch of stuff. These are 270 trade counts. Some zinnia rose, these are cut flowers for the market garden. Gold fingers, zinnias. They all had a really good germination on them. This here is all majestic tomatoes. And they're all germinating and coming up. Here comes the jalapenos. And a tray of bell peppers. Sweet banana peppers are not up yet. And then we start getting into, here's some Carolina gold tomatoes. And some Better Boys, celebrities. This table here is mainly cucumbers. Here on the beginning end of it, there's all cucumbers up and down there. These are all 50 cell count trays. These here are, according to the tags, these are pickling cucumbers. We'll run over here, and he's got zucchinis already started. They're coming up. They're all in a tray. And we'll take you out. You can see here from ones that were sowed about a week ago, they're up and germinating pretty good. And you can see different varieties just don't germinate as good. Might have been some last year's seeds. And they're still coming up right now. These are just now breaking the ground. You can see some of them now just coming up. These here are yellow crook squash, yellow crook necks. And we start back in. On this side here is all kind of straight squash, yellow squash, golden squash, straight neck, crook neck, all on that table. And then this one here is the back side of all these jalapeno peppers. There's some Mr. Stripey's tomatoes. Mr. Stripe. Cherokee purple. There's some heritage varieties. Some golds. Some different tomatoes, 696s. This is a heritage brandy wine. Roma tomatoes. Some of these trays aren't completely full. This is golden cherry. After years of doing this stuff, we pretty much figured out how many they need and how many we don't want. There's chocolate cherry tomatoes. And I'll show you some of the seeding, and I've showed you some, and we're going to take you out in the field and show you the broccoli. And this will be about a month-old broccoli. I'll look up the dates and give them to you. What I want to do is try to get you a close-up of this plant. Right here's my hand. That's about 8-9 inches to the top of my palm. And you can see these broccoli plants are up there. This is the same field. And things are pushing about 9 to 10 inches tall. And from seed right now, that is 30 days old. So they're growing, moving on. It has been down in the 20s. It's got about 24 degrees is about the coolest it got to. So they ain't had the most perfect weather to grow in, but there is no frost damage. They are a cold hardy plant, and they're doing quite well. What I want to show you is, there's a broccoli plant. It is now 30 days old from seed. So it's been out here about 2 weeks, and it's just about a month old. That is that whole field right there. Set out about 480,000 of them. That's the first planting, and there'll be another planting yet. Mr. Walter's got all the strawberries ready to go. It is like March 16th, and I'll zoom in here and show you some, but right here on this particular section, there is like 32 acres total on the farm. They go all the way over here, and then they start heading on back in that field. But they're looking pretty good. They're just starting to come in. That is a nice sized strawberry. They still need a little bit more, but there's plenty out there to pick. So we left western North Carolina when it was snowing. I was doing that water system, and come down here and it's 65, 70 degrees almost, and picking strawberries. I'll show you some other stuff going on the farm. Well, here we are. This is the next adventure. This right here is 4,000 black raspberry, thornless black raspberry plants. 2 different varieties. The varieties that were here on the farm the last time, they've had a problem with disease and everything else, so we completely tore them out, completely redoing them. This is the first year they were just planted, and this year's a growth year, so we're waiting to get canes going. We've got a real good survival rate of them. You can see we've got these steel posts in. They all have tighteners on them. Posts are about every 12 foot apart in a V form. This is the latest variety or latest style of doing it. Mr. Walter's been going to the meetings and figuring out what the new upcoming thing is, and I guess this is it. I'll take you down the other end, maybe get out of some of this sunshine here and try to show you. But 4,000 of them, and they'll be harvested next year. This is the far end of the field. Pretty much everything here on the farm is set in black plastic. Now these plants, of course, will be permanent. So along about June, July, I'll take some cheap latex paint and spray on this black plastic. Try to keep it from being so hot down here and make it white. But everything here got run off and putting plastic down on this field, and everybody has different views of it. Everything here is grown in plastic. There is no herbicide or anything used on the farm at all. It is not 100% organic. It don't have organic certification yet. Hasn't been that many years of proving it. But everybody in this whole industry and business all have different theories and thoughts about it all. And it's a whole lot easier to deal with plastic and no herbicides than it is trying to find enough people to pull weeds. And right here in front of me is one of the wells with the irrigation system. Be able to put liquid fertilizer in with it. Everything's underneath drip tape. Every single bit of these beds have drip tape underneath of them. It uses it for the water and fertilizer in it. There's fertilizer down in the beds before the plastic's ever laid. Take you down and show you this other end of the field. We're here at the far corner of this field. It's one thing kind of neat about berry operations and whatnot. You see these rows here are fairly short. You can kind of make use of an odd shaped field. As you can tell here by the ground, it's pretty wet. I was working on that water system in the mountains last week, and came back down here, and it's been raining most of the week, and last night I woke up, it was just flat frog straggling. So this field here, they ended up knocking off the other day. Didn't get the rest of the plastic down. They still got to go ahead and plastic the rest of this field. Lay out the drip tape. I can do a video on that if some people want it. You see every now and then here in the middle of this aisle right here is all the hookups. They run a big piece of lay flat down the end of the rows, and all the drip tapes are hooked into it. Well, I'm going to let you look at this strawberry field one more time while I thank you for watching. I'd like to tell you that if you need any services, building, consulting services on the farm, building your retreat, off-grid cabins, water system, power system, solar system, that's what I'm doing. And if you need any advice, don't hesitate to call. Look at my website. You can pick up my phone number. Drop me a thing on YouTube, and I'll be more than glad to help you in any way I possibly can. If you just have questions on anything that you've seen, don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you.